Hawkins here with Chickenhawkfarmstead. Today we're going to attempt to put a new windshield wiper motor on this 2012 Toyota Prius. I got a 2011, so that got a little confusing. But we're going to put a windshield wiper motor on here. Hopefully it fixes the problem, because right now we have no wipers at all. You turn it on, you don't hear anything. So the only thing I can think of is, of course, the windshield wiper motor. But we're going to take it apart, get down to it, make sure that is what it is, and hopefully put the new one on, and hopefully we got the right part. We'll find out here in a minute. So let's get this done real quick. Right, first thing first, this little plastic piece is on here. It's kind of like just pressed on there. So you take your little screwdriver, get on the edge there, pop it off. 14mm nut here, take that off. Then we're going to pop the hood. And to get this one off, there'll be two more little nuts inside there you'll have to take off. To get that arm off there, you did have to wiggle and kind of move around even after you get the nut off. It was kind of pressured on there, I guess, pretty good. But here's your other wiper arm right here. See, we got our 14mm. They slide it right on. There we go. We're gonna pop both these off now and pull this off. Be right back. All right, windshield wipers, both of them are removed now. You can see all the mounting holes. And now we're gonna go in on these sides right here, if you can see it, a little build up there. I'm just gonna use this. They say they use a pry bar, pry thing, whatever. But we'll use this. We're gonna pry these off and then go from there. That's what that clip looks like. And yeah, see, it's just those little pressure things in there. So get your screwdriver up underneath here and slide it down and pop those out. It's catching back. You can see that lip right there. That's why we gotta pop this out. One on each side, and then we'll pop all this off. You can see these clips here. You can push them back, then clip them, and then this will slide out. All right, get to that. All right, with these little clips here, the easiest, if you can get your finger on here and pull up on the outer lip, and as you do that, take a screwdriver with the other hand and push this out, and it'll pop those right on up. So you can see I got another one there. Fortunately, I can't do it one-handed, so we'll be right back again. On each side, over here and over there, they got all kinds of little clips in these things. You can see that little thing there. Gotta pop that out. All right, and get the rest of these things, and hopefully get that pulled off here in just a second. The whole trim piece popped out and just lifted up the front, and this little lip was slid under back in here, so it comes right out. And here's what we're working with. There's our mounting holes for the passenger side, just for the driver's side mounts, and you can see the windshield wiper transmission right here. Looks like a rat's nest right there. And here is what we'll be replacing today, that component right here. I do believe to get to this, we're gonna have to take all this out. So we got some more parts here to remove. And it looks like maybe just 3 bolts, 4, one over there. So we're gonna get onto that. Be right back. We had 4 of these. So they're pretty long, but they weren't too tight because they're actually sitting on these rubber bushings here. Came up pretty easy, but these are 4 10mm. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 over there. And now we're able to take this out for the most part. It did come out. If you see that little nipple right there, it's pushed in to here, to that rubber grommet. I'm guessing that's to stabilize it while this is, you know, rocking back and forth or whatever. Just kind of, all these rubber bushings give it a little bit more stabilization. So next step is going to be actually removing the motor from this transmission, and we'll be back once I see how they do that. It looks like we just got this one here to pull that off, get it out of the way. Looks like we might just have the 3 screws there, and we'll screw the other one on. So I'm gonna grab my other one, make sure the parts look the same, and go ahead and plug it in and turn it on to make sure that it's not the switch or anything like that, that it was actually the part, the motor itself, that was bad, just before I go ahead and get any farther into this, since I can go ahead and test that at this point. All right, we'll be back. There is our old part. Here's our new part here. Everything does look exactly the same. It looks like everything's gonna bolt up perfect. You can see I already got it snapped in there. And if we flip this around onto the bottom, you can see there's the 3 screws that we were seeing, plus this last bolt that goes through, and actually looks like this is the actual drive gear. So I'm gonna turn the car on, turn the windshield wipers on, and this should move. And if as long as that's moving, we know it was the motor that was bad. Okay, the car is on, and we have it on intermediate. There it goes. See, the little nut was just turning. So, looks like that was the problem. Let's get this thing switched out. Hopefully I'll have some wipers again. Alright, I haven't moved this thing much at all. I got it sitting right here. I got these loosened up. This one, there was a nut right there. I didn't move the arm. It's in the same position as it was when I started. I just moved it from here to here. You want to be very careful not to get this linkage out of whack, I should say. A lot of times people buy the motor and the linkage all together, because the linkage can be a pain in the butt if it's not in the right spot. As far as making your windshield wipers go back, they won't go back and forth right. They'll fly off the side of the vehicle and stuff. I've done something similar with this on my truck before, with the shift link, or with the windshield wiper linkage or transmission kind of piece. So I'm just gonna let that drop straight out, put the new one straight on, and try not to move any of this stuff from its current position. Wish me luck. We'll be right back. Alright, I got the new one in there. These are 10mm, by the way, on the outer, and then of course the Phillips head on the side. I used the ratchet to break them free. They weren't that tight, but just to break them free, and it was easier to use the screwdriver to get them threaded in, and then I'll be tightening them back up snugly with the ratchet. The center bolt here was a 12mm. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. It's upside down still, but whatever. 12mm. I just happen to have that, so that kind of worked out great. It was over here by me, but I'm gonna snug all this up, and then we'll put this back on there and put that nut back on there, flip it over, and do everything in reverse. Okay, little confusion here on this center nut. The old one was a 12, but the new part we got in, the nut's actually a 13 or a half. So either one of those will work. I'm going to go ahead and do the new one, because as you can see, the old one's got some a little bit of wear on the little washer here. So put the new one on there, but yeah, just knows some of these may be different, I guess, apparently, depending on what part you get or where you get your part from. I'll have a link to this motor where I got it off Amazon, if you want to check it in the description, just to let you know. So far, everything looks good. I got everything tightened up. That's plugged in. Make sure you remember you get that little nipple on the back that goes into the rubber washer there. And don't crank these down too hard, I would say, because you do have that that little rubber there that's supposed to keep it kind of from vibrating, I would assume. So we're going to throw our windshield wiper on here. We'll close the hood. Throw our other windshield wiper on. We also got to put that piece of plastic back on. But yeah, so we'll get all that done. We'll be right back and we'll be testing them out. Go. All right, let's find out if these things work. All right, well, awesome. They work. Wasn't that hard. I said I'll leave a link down there to this actual one. This is the base model Prius 2012, and yeah, we've had this thing for a long time. And the windshield wipers they started to not work right, and then they stopped altogether. So that was my only thing. I thought it was either the motor or the switch or something. Found the motor, and I think it was 90% sure it was on eBay, or not eBay, Amazon. So like I said, there'll be a link below so you can find that, the same one I used, because it worked, everything matched up, and did great. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps, and good luck. Have a good one.